Welcome to the show, ladies and gents. We're here. We talk about wrestling.
Charlotte beat me. I put you in a neck brace before. I have no problem doing it again.
You haven't seen it, honey?
Oh, bitch! No, the fuck no! So much balls. There's too much balls on that ref. Too many red balls. Look at all these balls. Look at this. Damn! Oh, Jesus! We are witnessing child abuse on TV, Lord. Oh, have mercy. Now, watch your mouth when you talking to me, ho. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You ain't getting nothing. You don't get nothing. You either earn it or you don't. You pasty bitch. That ain't how this works. Uh-oh, hit it with a zigzag. Let's go, baby. Let's go, dog. Let's go. I'm fucks with it. We sick of your shit.
Hey, girl, hey. Life, relationships, pop culture.
Well, go ahead. I'm listening. And he'll be looking at me. He will be looking at me and he will go to sleep. He will go to sleep. Look at me in my face. I'm talking to you.
We talk about it all, baby. So, y'all ready? I know y'all ready. Because it's showtime. And that's on the ancestors, baby. Well, ladies and gents, Smackdown is over. And we're just going to make this short and sweet. The Usos and Sami Zayn and Roman talked for 10 minutes. Same rah-rah bullshit. Sami Zayn decided he wanted to reveal his anger. What the fuck ever. I was just like, you know what? I'm going to fast forward through this because by the time I had turned Smackdown on, they was about 20 minutes in. And I was like, I really do not want to watch this. So I fast forwarded through that part. I know he said he made, like Roman did a punchline where he said, I made millions of dollars off of beating John Cena and Kevin Owens. Sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Tribal Chief. I generally I don't give a shit. So we had the match with Hit Row and the Usos, and of course Sammy was out there for more support. Solo was no longer out there. Neither was Roman, nor was Paul Heyman, who had it looked like he had a little foot injury or something like that. Hope he get well or whatever. Hit Row was not gonna win this match, no matter how well it was booked or how nice and wrapped up in a pretty little bow. They just wasn't going to win. So I wasn't as invested in it as I wanted to be. And because we already know that that's not going to happen, it just didn't, it didn't give me any incentive to watch other than AJ Francis and of course Adonis wrestling, which is always fun. Now I know that AJ Francis had a little knee issue last week, and it seems like that knee issue is continued to plague him throughout this match that he had with the Usos. They honed in on that knee as well, and they was able to take out AJ Francis in the match. And the match was over. Adonis, AJ Francis lost. New Day retained. The Usos retained, and Usos retained, and everybody's happy.
Take these down.
Let's move on to one thing we did see that I thought was interesting. I'm gonna jump around a little bit. So Emma went through the gauntlet match. I'm gonna go to who won the gauntlet match and all that shit. There was a pertinent part about that gauntlet match that I want to talk about. So Emma lost. She was one of the first people in the gauntlet match. She lost to Xia Li. They after the gauntlet match and after Rey Mysterio's match with one half of Los Lotharios, Angel Garza, Emma came in contact with Scarlett and Karrion Kross. And Emma did not like the fact that Karrion and Scarlett had been disrespecting Rey Mysterio, so much so that she smacked the ever living shit out of Scarlett. When I say that woman chose violence, she most definitely did. She smacked the dog shit out that girl. Okay? And Scarlett was getting ready to tear her ass a new one, but Karrion told her to fall back. Now, see, this right here tells me that within the new year, more than likely, Scarlett will enter into the Royal Rumble. I think she gonna enter in the Royal Rumble. And number two, her and Emma finna have a little feud, just, which I kind of like, because you finally get to see Scarlett actually wrestle. And baby, if they turn Scarlett loose like they should, that's gonna be fun. Okay. Second thing I noticed of SmackDown, Bray Wyatt got another little spot on the show. This time, LA Knight was nowhere to be seen. There was no Uncle Howdy. But Bray Wyatt's mere mentioning of Uncle Howdy caused him to spiral and literally attack the cameraman with a mandible claw. So much so, it took the referees and the WWE officials in the back and producers to come out there and pull him off of the cameraman. It was like he snapped. He was in the middle of talking and he said, "You see, Uncle Howdy," and then he couldn't finish talking. It was like something else took over the moment he said that man's name. It was very eerie and surreal, but well done. It was acted out perfectly. I have to tell you that. Now, the rest of the show, I don't remember everything. I remember Imperium talking shit about Ricochet and Braun. Later on in the night, Braun and Ricochet respond. Because they had a Miracle on 34th Street match to close out the show. So we got the women's gauntlet match. All right, cool, smooth. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't interested in this at all. I kind of figured Raquel would be the one to win. This match was all done by design to make Raquel look like the hero, and that's fine. But I was just like, okay. The best part about the match, I will say, was Liv and it was Liv and Raquel battling it out. Like they really did good. Tegan and Xia Li didn't do much, and I feel like they could have done better. But I want to say that it was a time constraint thing for them as to why they didn't go at it as hard as they could have. Because I mean that a gauntlet match is spaced out for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I imagine that it was a time constraint thing, and that they will continue to build upon this feud between Tegan and Xia Li because that's prime shit. Um, girl. Um, so let me put the gauntlet match up here. So the show started out with Emma and Xia Li. Xia Li defeated Emma, Tegan Knox, and then Raquel came out and Raquel beat Xylee. Raquel went through Liv Morgan, and then the final girl was supposed to be Sonya Deville, who she ended up making really light work of. But in all actuality, Ronda brought out Shayna to be the final girl. And and Raquel beat Shayna as well. So Shayna didn't really. Did he say fuck wrong with you, nigga?
Because he clipped him in the air. He was caught alive and he was going for the layup, and the dude was running back and he clipped his leg.
Is it chippy? Like, oh, Memphis. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Phoenix down by 20 in the first quarter.
And when you see a dude jumping in the air like that, going for the layup, there's no need for you to close out like that because there's no way you can contest that shot.
Is he okay?
Yeah, just let him go. Just let him make the shot.
Wait. Y'all down by 20 in the first quarter? Y'all should be ashamed. Anyway, so that happened. The Gauntlet match happened. We had a match between Rey Mysterio and Angel Garza. Like I said, Rey Mysterio ended up winning that match, and you saw Karrion and Scarlett scouting Rey Mysterio. And I imagine that in this particular feud, that Karrion is gonna beat Rey Mysterio. Like, I don't see any other way for that to work. And unless Madcap and Emma get involved and you have a couple versus couple situation, kind of similar to Becky and Seth versus Lacey and Baron Corbin. Unless we have a situation like that, which I could imagine them going to that level with those two, uh, because the titles are wrapped up in Roman. Nobody has anything else to do, so they're gonna have to start making feuds pretty much from scratch, you know? Um, anyways, so Ronda has to go up against Raquel next week for the SmackDown Women's Championship, excuse me. And finally we got the Miracle on 34th Street match. The best part about this match was at the end. Two Christmas boxes was sitting on the stage. One had a ballerina, come out there and dress and dance her sugar plum dance. And then the second box had two big ass nutcrackers in it. And it most definitely was the New Day. And they definitely took the term nutcracker to heart. Okay. I was standing there like, I said, did they kick him in the nuts? And my babes was like, yep. They kicked him in. I was like, oh, fucking nutcrackers. It did not click. I thought they was just like, like little soldiers. And I hate to say that, but I did. It did not click until they kicked them in the nuts. And I was like, oh my God, Tiffany, stupid. So they kicked Imperium in the nuts. And Braun Strowman was able to get the win. And then the most ignorant part was at the end when Ricochet was laid out. Fucking Braun Strowman went and got mistletoe, put it over Ricochet's head, and had his girlfriend Samantha come kiss him. And Ricochet act like he got all his scrumps and power out of nowhere. I said, sir.
The nigga just ate the goddamn Mario mushroom.
Right. I'm like, please go to hell. Kindly go to hell. Because I cannot. I cannot deal with y'all today. I refuse. I was fucking dying. It was so cute, but so funny at the same time. And I just was like, child. The reasoning behind her slapping Scarlett, I knew it was not what I wanted to talk about at the time. I talked about what was pertinent, which was the slap. Her slapping her for whatever reason is her business. I did not care. I just was like, she slapped the ever loving shit out of Scarlett. She slapped the hell out of her. So her reasoning didn't really matter to me. I knew why she did it. I didn't care. It wasn't pertinent to the story I was telling. Yes, Aaliyah, they're nutcrackers.
Yeah,
Not the Mario mushroom, dude. Anyways, so that was SmackDown. Honestly, SmackDown wasn't really a lot going on SmackDown. They gave John Cena a lot of love. You know, they pretty much talked about his 20 years. They talked about his championship reign, some of his greatest rivalries, and of course, they talked about his Make-A-Wish dedication, which I respect that. But they also made sure to let everybody know what was going to happen next week. And we all know what's happening next week, babes. Okay? John Cena and Kevin Owens will face off against the Tribal Chief and the Honorary Usos. The way I see it and the way I'm predicting it is John Cena and Kevin Owens will more than likely win. Sami Zayn will eat the pin. And even if they, let's say they don't win, and Sammy they try to do a lot of extra shit because the way I see it, the Raw locker room has not gotten a lick back. And I feel like that lick is coming, but it's gonna take a little time to build. And since Raw is not really having a show next Monday, they're gonna be doing a countdown to the biggest moments of the year. SmackDown is probably going to be the only show where superstars will be seen for the year. And I have a feeling that everybody from the brand, from both brands, are going to be on SmackDown because of Roman's attack last week. Now, with all that being said, SmackDown is going to be next Friday, December 30th, which is the day before New Year's Eve. All right. So all of the shows is coming. All right. Everybody's having their thing. Everybody's doing their thing. So next week we're gonna have Roman versus John Cena and Kevin. And then you're gonna have the week after that, you're gonna have Theory and Seth freaking Rollins go at it for the US Championship. You're also going to have Bliss and Bianca go at it for the Raw Women's Championship. And then next week, you're also going to have Ronda go at it with Raquel for the SmackDown Women's Championship. So it's a lot of championship bouts, but I doubt that anybody loses their title before the new year starts. Okay. It's going to be an interesting day, is the best way to put it. But next Tuesday on NXT, you got a couple of things. So we got faction versus faction here with Schism versus Idris and Nafe, Malik, Blade, and Odyssey Jones. They're going to face off against each other in a six-man tag team match. You have the battle for the bar with Fallon and fuck ass Kiana. Now, basically, what's going on here is Fallon's family has a bar. The bar was obviously mismanaged, and Fallon's trying to save it. Kiana found out about it and is trying to steal the bar from underneath her. Sir, Kiana told her she's gonna foreclose on this place soon if they don't pay her the full amount of the bar. So Fallon came up with the idea. I'll wrestle you next week. If I win, you take your pasty ass back to the back with them big ass ears of yours and leave my family the fuck alone. And then she was like, well, and if you win, you get the bar. And Kiana was like, I have no reason to do that. I already own it. The lien already put that in place. All I have to do is wait the 30 days and it'll be mine. She was like, yeah, but if you get it now, you'll get it pennies on the dollar, which means you'll get the bar for the cost that you paid for it. No more, no less. My parents will sign it over right to you. So Kiana agreed. So now we have this battle for the bar match. That is going to happen next week. I don't think that's going to be a good thing. I think that whichever one of them got that damn mullet is going to cause problems. That's what I think. And we also are going to have Wendy Chu versus Cora Jade. Wendy Chu sees Cora as a former, like she's one of the bullies she used to have to deal with back in the day. So Wendy Chu's trying to seek some revenge, but also take Cora down a few pegs because she petty. And then finally, we have the North American Championship also being defended next week against Tony D'Angelo. So it's going to be a lot going on next week. We got a recap of all the biggest moments on Raw. We got all of these matches happening on NXT. And then we got the big kahuna with John Cena returning to SmackDown next Friday. So it's going to be a very, very interesting week. All right. And then that following week, we got two big matches with Seth Rollins and Theory. And then you've got Bianca and Bliss. So we got it. They're just coming back to back. They're just coming back to black, y'all. They ain't giving us no breaks. There's no days off in this bitch. So that was everything. That was the show. That was Monday. What was it? Friday Night SmackDown. That was everything on Friday Night SmackDown. There was not a lot to SmackDown. I would take two takeaways. Scarlett is getting ready to get back in the ring. Bray Wyatt is literally becoming unhinged. He is literally falling apart at the seams. And Imperium is still on a roll, but it seemed like New Day is not allowing them to let up. And the Usos are still going strong as the number one tag team in the WWE. There's so much going on in this damn company, but we're going to keep it rolling and see what's happening. Now, in the other company, in AEW, we got a few things. Ricky Starks is obviously a star and has made it very, very clear that he's a star. From last week's Rose session on MJF, well, a few weeks ago, I think, to this week's Rose session on Jericho and the two Stooges that he had with him, absolute bonkers. And a lot of people like the storyline with Keith Lee, Swerve, and Rick Ross. And it seems like Shane Taylor Productions is getting involved in that too, which I can respect. With all that being said, there is nothing else for me to talk about, ladies and gents. Today's show is going to be very, very short, but be sure to make sure you guys follow me on social media. Have a wonderful, happy holidays. All right. Hold on a second. Have a wonderful, happy holidays. It is negative. Well, it's negative 2 degrees outside. It feels like negative 25 degrees outside. I hope everybody is bundling up, keeping themselves safe, because God knows the weather outside is frightful, as the saying goes. So, have a happy Christmas. Have a happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, winter solstice, whatever holiday you celebrate during this time of year. I hope it's filled with nothing but love and cheer. And please don't forget to follow the KTT on Spotify. It is currently up. I'm getting ready to add our SBC chat that we just did this past Wednesday. And I'm also going to be talking about the Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and Kelsey case. We're going to talk about all of that. And I'm going to have a couple more topics go up. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I know that it was short, but there really wasn't a lot to talk about when it comes to SmackDown, honestly. So don't forget to follow Down for the Count as well. There's podcasts up on there that you can listen to. We will be back next year, mid-January. So be on the lookout for that. And we will see you guys, and I will see you guys next time. But as I said, you can always find me at the KTT. So with all that being said, happy holidays. Bye.
Let's see.